Hey traders, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my process testing out a new strategy. I'm going to be focusing on the index, the US30. This is also known as the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and it features 30 of the top US stocks in the US stock market. This isn't going to be any old back testing video. I'm going to be going through a specific plan using a specific drawing tool that I have used in the past, but just not in this context. We're going to be focusing on day trading the New York session, which for me in the UK here is from about 1:30 in the afternoon after the major news release. If you want to try out this strategy for yourself, remember to always test it first in a demo trading account using fake money. If you don't have one of those, I have got a video showing how to set one up for free with my chosen broker, IC Markets. And a quick shout out in case you missed it, make sure to sign up to Mindset Edge, which is a free mini course teaching you how to hone your mindset for trading, as well as focusing on improving your trading psychology. More about that in the description below. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into it. Here we are on the Monday just before the New York session, and I have made a couple of changes to my plan. That's what backtesting is all about. Backtesting a new strategy is testing out if it works, and if it doesn't, editing it to see what does work. And I have been testing this for the 50-minute time frame, but I'm going to make a little change here, and I'm going to see how this works for the 5-minute time frame. So this will be more of a scalping strategy, and I'm going to just focus on the New York session structure. So here we are on Monday, a new week in May. Intraday price has been coming down, making new lows and a new lower high. We've had a little range here. It pulled back a little bit, but it didn't break this previous structure. But it kind of just seems to be losing its momentum. So let's see what the New York session is going to bring. Where are we? Okay, New York session has opened. I'd be looking for a break of this kind of low during the post London session, or the high of the London session for a short or a long. So it looks like it's pushing up. There we go. So we've got a strong break here of the London session. And this is where I would utilize the Fibonacci extension tool. Just looking at the New York data. So New York opened here, we've got a low, we've got a high, and a pullback down here, which means that I'd be looking at getting in for an entry here. Using this Fibonacci extension tool, my stop would be below this New York session itself, down here, and I'd be looking for short targets because this is scalping on the 5-minute time frame. I'd be looking for a 1.5 hour target. So let's see if this gets triggered. Okay, so scalp number 1 would be a win. I'm going to make a little tally here as well because I'd like to see how this performs. I did just test a couple of trades out on the 15-minute time frame slightly differently, and it didn't quite work. So this is an edited version based on this market. Okay, so that would be the trade from that day. Let's move it on to the next day. I can make it easy and just go to the 1 hourly. I've been trading with the prop firm, the 5%ers, for some time now. As a prop firm, they are a great option if you want to trade a larger capital, where you can trade one of their account sizes and you both take a share of any profits that are made. But they don't stop there. As well as offering account sizes for trading, they also offer these extra features, including live trading room, free webinars and workshops, and one-on-one performance coaching. They have 3 different programs that they offer to traders: the Hypergrowth, High Stakes, and Bootcamp program. I'm currently funded with the hypergrowth program. So I am trading that live account with the 5%ers and taking a split of profits that are made. And I'm currently enrolled in the high stakes program challenge as well. And my favorite feature of the programs that the 5%ers offer that differ from any other prop firm out there is the fact that they have removed the time limit, which means that you have an unlimited amount of time to pass the program. This is a massive game changer, and it can really help you to avoid falling into a stressful situation when you are trading. Let's face it, trading can be stressful enough. If you want some more information, or if you're ready to have a go for yourself, do check out the link below in the description. So this is the next day, and just before I start the candlesticks, I'm going to do the same kind of pre-market prep, which is looking at the previous day and then the current intraday trend. We've broken this structure from yesterday, so price seems to be coming down, and intraday we have been coming down in a downtrend. And the notable structural point for me to observe is this pullback length here. If price comes back up here and we get a candlestick signal, that would be an interesting place for a short. I'll just see what it does. Alternatively, again, looking at scalps and looking at just the New York session, the 1 o'clock candlestick opened here, we dropped down, we made a low, we've pushed up. So we can actually use this length for a potential long, with the stop below the low of New York, and there is scope for 1.5R just underneath this. Let's just see what this does. Okay, maybe not. But now it has actually come to this pullback length. Let's just see if we get a rejection here. Prices come up to the length of this pullback here, this little retracement level. And we've got this bearish close, so I'd probably set a short below there with a stop above this level, so it's above this structure of the New York session. Because New York opened here, we came down, we came up, we came down. So we've kind of pulled back to this level. It looks like it'd be a good place for a entry. I'd set a 1.5R target. Oh. Okay, that's pretty good. That's the sort of result that you'd want for scalping. And this is a little bit different for me testing this out because I haven't been scalping recently. I've been using the 15-minute time frame, which is a bit more like day trading. So let's skip to the next day. Okay, wow. So the previous day we got a very big candlestick up, breaking that structure, so it looks like bulls are trying to take control, but then we have just been consolidating, so it might be a no trade day. I'd want to see some momentum coming in, ideally taking out this low of the day or this little point here. Okay, so New York's opened and we're breaking the low of the day. We could use this pullback here that we had during the New York session for the extension tool. So I'm just going from the half one candlestick to the high there. Let's see if we get some kind of pattern. I actually came all the way up here, but we've got this large wick rejection. So I'd be very tempted to set a short at these highs again, because usually with a wick rejection, it might want to retest. And I've got this extra line drawn on. This is double the pullback. Sometimes for the deeper pullback, it will go double. So I'm going to set a short kind of just underneath that level with a stop above this structural point. And I'm just going to set 1.5 our target. See if we get triggered. Okay, so I'm triggered in. Okay, and prices come down. I think that just... see what it does here. It seems very unsure. Yeah, if it didn't hit there with the spread, it would have hit there. So that's another 1.5R. I realize that should be 1.5. Okay, that's good. So this scalping approach seems to be working a lot better for the Fibonacci extension tool, but I want to get some more tests done. So that's 4, 6, 7, 8. And it is good to refer back to a larger time frame with it being on the 5 minutes. So here, looking at the 1 hourly, we can see intraday that we have been in this uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows, but the 12 o'clock candlestick is bearish, so it looks like it may need to pull back. So I'm going to take this major pullback of the day, intraday, because it's bigger than the one down here, it's bigger than that one, and I'll drop it here, but price is currently at that level, but because of that 1 hour candlestick, I'd be a bit reluctant to just get in here. It may want to come down to this level. So let's see what happens when the New York session starts. Oh, I'm going a bit too quick then. See how we come down to this line and it's made this nice pattern. We've got a green doji and then a push up. I would be very tempted to go short. I would have gone here, but as soon as I'm just seeing here, I'll go short here with a stop below the structure. And I would probably look for a 2R win on this because it's a high chance it wants to retest the highs. Let's just see if we get triggered, just triggered. Hopefully it'll work, we'll see. Oh no, it didn't work that time. Doesn't always work. But if it works consistently over time, that's all that matters. Where's my little tool gone? And then this one is a loss. Right, so I'm currently up 4.5 minus the 2. So I'm currently up 2.5 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. It's not bad. See if we can get some more just to test this out a bit more. And again, on the 1 hour time frame, looking at this intraday, we are currently consolidating but sort of pushing up, and the 1 hour is a green doji, so there's indecision there. This is quite a drop here. I'd be cautious from this. If I remember rightly, I think the time difference may be off here, so I think that that would be the 1:30 news release because of the daylight savings time for this time of year in the UK. So it might be that New York's already been trading for about half an hour here. So let's just see what it does this little bit. If we break the low here, I'd be looking for a short. Or if we push higher. Okay, so from 1:30 we have pushed up, but we've come back down and now we've broken below this low. So I'd be looking for shorts here. I'm going to use the major pullback of this move. So I'm only looking at this structure here. I'm looking at the low, the open of the New York session, higher low, high, high, higher low, high. Broken the structure here, made a pullback. That's a very deep pullback. That's the one I'm going to just take my fib from. Drop here and just see if we can get a trade in with a high, a stop above the high and a 1.5R target, which would just kind of be retesting this area down here. Let's see. Okay, so that triggers me in. Yeah, that's quite a nice little trade. Could have got more profit there using this daily level down here, see. Could have got a bit more, but still 1.5 is 1.5. Let's go to the next day. Okay, this is interesting. So the next day we've actually gapped up. We've got a strong push up and 12 o'clock 1 hourly candlestick is sort of pulled back a bit, but let's just see what this looks like on the faster time frame. We've got this length here that we could use. The deeper pullback of the day. Price comes down to here. That might be a good place for a long when the New York session opens. But we are pushing higher. We have closed above this level. So let's just see what this happens here. That's nice. So it's come back to this move and we've got these beautiful mirror bars forming. I would go for a long here, a stop below the structure, and a 1.5 hour target. Even though it's kind of extended on the day, I just try this one out because it respects that so nicely. But it didn't work. But it's come down to the second line here, which is double that pullback length. We've got this big wick rejection and another little mirror bar forming. So I'd be tempted to go long here with a stop below this kind of structural point here, this little consolidation level, and a 1.5 hour target. Okay, so it triggered me in and it hit just the end of the day. So 2 trades that day, both taken during the New York. So one was using the shorter pullback, the minor, and the other using the major pullback length, which did work out in the end. Where's my notes gone? So that would be -1 and then plus 1.5. So it's just a half win overall for that day. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So see if we can get a couple more and then see what this result is. Okay, so here we are in the next day. And price is kind of just been dropping down. Got this big 1 hourly candlestick here. Although we are kind of up overall, this pattern looks a bit bearish to me. Let's have a look at more detail on the 5 minute. Using this major pullback from yesterday, price has come to that and it's broken below it. So it started to look like it could reverse to me. So I'm just going to wait to see intraday if this downtrend continues when the New York session starts. Where are we? 10. Okay, the New York session has opened. 1:30. It's opened here, pushed up. We've got a big wick rejection and we're coming down. So that could be an indication of this bearish intraday trend continuing. So from this push up here, I'm going to look at this. We're just consolidating. Here we go. We've got a drop down. So once again, from the New York open here, we have made a high, a low. We've pushed up. We couldn't break that high. And now we've made a new low. So we are coming down for the New York session. I'm going to take the length of that pullback. See if we get a push up. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's nice. So I didn't mean to click it so quickly, but we've got a really nice bearish doji. So I would get short here with a stop above that candlestick. In fact, the stop's got to be up here, really. It's got to be up with this high of the New York session and a target 1.5 R, aiming to make more than we're risking. Okay, a loss. But again, it's come back to double that and then made this bearish candlestick. So double the length of this pullback during the New York session is this line, big bearish wick rejection. I'd be very tempted to get in short again, but further up here, where this line is, the stop above all this structure here. So above the London highs and the New York highs, and we could set a larger 2R target, just breaking the low of the New York session. Let's see how that goes. So we're triggered in. Oh, very close. There we go. Just hit there. 5.5. Good. So that's a 1 loss and 2 win. So that's 2 more trades taken during the New York session. So sometimes it works straight off with this fib extension tool, and sometimes price needs more of a pullback. Okay, so just load my notes up, and the first trade here was a loss, and then we made 2 on that one. And I think that concludes the 10 trade test. 10 trades, and overall that's 5.5 wins. Yeah, that's 10 trades. We took this kind of over the duration of a week, so that's not bad actually. That's kind of like, some of them were a couple a day, because we had a loss and a win and a loss and a win. So that was actually 1 day, 2 day, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this was just shy of 2 weeks, so that's not a bad return at all, really. I'd be interested to do this again, repeating this process, but starting off with this plan. So I'm going to save this so we know the process. So it was a 5-minute time frame trading New York session structure. So at the start of the video, it might have been a bit confusing. I was kind of approaching this with the mindset of on the 15-minute time frame day trading, but I don't think it quite worked with the strategy, but it seems to work quite nicely, really reducing that time frame. So this is kind of more of a scalping strategy than a day trading one. Scalping the 5-minute time frame, just the New York session market structure, and not even using the key daily levels. It's kind of handy to mark the key structure, but I think keeping it simple was the best thing to do here. So I'm going to save my plan. This is definitely something to come back to on another video to elaborate on trying to get more data for. So I'm going to wrap up the video here because I think it's getting quite long. It'd be great to do this in another video, but focusing purely on this 5-minute time frame scalping approach, and aiming to just day trade, aiming to implement that each day and see what else we can gather up. Really, I might do another video. Let me know in the comments below if you like the sound of that. Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed this video, do let me know by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.